This week I was meeting up with a couple of my girls for an early Christmas celebration, so I thought why not film my hair and makeup, and as it is for Christmas I managed to get a couple of discount codes for you guys. Now, as I mentioned in my previous tutorial, my preference of foundation when I go out is airbrush makeup, so I was really intrigued to try this Belletto Studio airbrush system. One of the things I really like about this little compressor is that you can adjust the amount of airflow that comes out of the gun. There's a fair few systems that I've tried in the beauty industry and they've just got an on-off switch, and that really bugs me because you can't adjust the airflow for when you're using your system to apply blush or if you're applying eyeshadow for instance, so I like that you can adjust this one. So I've applied about 6 drops of the foundation of my chosen colour, and I'm just working that over the face in circular motions, and I'm also including my neck. And what's nice about airbrush foundation is you can choose how much coverage you go for. You can have a really sheer coverage or you can build it up to full coverage. I always leave a small amount of foundation in the funnel, and I add a few drops of a darker foundation to it. Then I place my finger over the front of the gun and then I pull the lever back, and this is going to back bubble the funnel and it mixes the colours together so we've got a darker shade. And then what I do is just contour with that darker foundation. I also turn down the air pressure ever so slightly, that way when I'm using the contour colour I can control where I'm applying the colour a little bit easier. So I'm just going backwards and forwards slightly over where my cheekbones are and then just around the temple area. And then for my nose, I just apply my index finger down the centre and I airbrush either side, so you get the same appearance as you would if you were using a powder. For the blush, I'm using a coral shade and I'm applying a couple of drops of that. And I've kept the air pressure the same as it was for the contour, and I'm just working that gently over the cheeks backwards and forwards. You can apply as much or as little as you prefer. There are 6 different blush shades available, so there's one to suit every skin tone. And then lastly, I'm adding Liquid and Pearl highlight just above where I've applied the blush. So I've managed to get you a 15% discount code off of this. You just need to type in Wishbone at the checkout, and I will also put the link in the description bar for you. For the eyeshadow, I'm using this colour called Truth, and it's by Colourpop Cosmetics. I'm using my ring finger just to apply this to the mobile eyelid, and I'm going over this a couple of times. This is like a lovely nude shade, but you get a really nice reflective dewiness to your eyelid. I'm using this matte brown Pro Sculpt powder by MAC, and this one is in the colour Sculpt, and I'm using this just to define my socket. You could also use the colour Wedge if you don't have one of these powders. I'm using my Real Techniques base shadow brush just to run this through the socket. So I'm going backwards and forwards and then I'm just blending the colour out of a clean brush. For eyeliner, I'm mixing together a brown and black gel liner, so I get a really intense dark brown, and I'm applying that across the top lid. The brush I'm using is by Blank Canvas Cosmetics and it's the E28 liner brush. This is a double-ended one, but you can get the liner on its own. So I've extended the liner out by about 1 centimetre and I'm coming back on myself to thicken it ever so slightly. I'm also tightlining under the top lashes and I'm taking that along the waterline as well. I actually have a tutorial on 6 different ways to apply eyeliner, so I will put the link to that in the description bar and you can check that out. I'm still using my favourite mascara, which is the Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara. I can't seem to find another one that I like more, this is brilliant. I'm dipping an angled brush into that matte brown eyeshadow that I used earlier, and I'm creating more of an almond shaped appearance to my eye. And then I'm just using that same blending brush from earlier just to soften it slightly and pull it through the crease. And then I'm taking the same colour underneath the lower lashes and just smoking it out ever so slightly, and this is just going to make those lower lashes look a little bit fuller. The lashes I've chosen to use are by House of Lashes, and these are called Noir Fairy, and I'm using some duo glue to apply these. I've just recently done a tutorial on how I apply my eyelashes, nice and up close so you can see my technique, and I show you various different eyelashes and ways to apply them. A link to that will be in the description bar. The next colour I'm using is by Colourpop Cosmetics again, and this shade is called Fringe, and I'm using this to highlight the inner corners of my eyes, and I'm using a pencil brush to do this, and this brush is by Sigma. I'm also taking that colour on the centre of my eyelid, just above the eyeliner, and I'm only applying it to the centre, and this is just going to make that area of the eye shimmer and look a little bit bigger. I'm taking MAC's Pro Sculpt in Sculpt again, and I'm using that just to contour the face a little bit, so I'm taking that down the sides of the nose and also across the cheekbones and around the hairline, and I'm using my Real Techniques contour brush to do this. If you're on a budget, you can always try Bourjois bronzing primer, mix a little bit on the back of your hand and then just dust that over the face. I'm filling in my eyebrows using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown. When using the pencil, I start at the base of the brow and I just pull it up in small hair stroke motions, and then this just fills in the brow, but it doesn't make it look blocky. If I wanted a more dramatic appearance to my eyebrows, then I could colour in the brow with the pencil or use a powder to fill in the entire brow surface. And then at the tail of the brow, I just extend it ever so slightly and then use the spoolie just to brush over. Now for the Festive Lips, I'm taking this lip pencil by Colourpop Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Bichette, and I'm using this just to fill in the outer half of my lips from the corner and about 2/3 of the way up my top lip and the same on my bottom lip. Always make sure you've got a nice sharpened pencil when lining your lips, that way you'll get a nice crisp clean finish to the lines. And then I'm taking this lighter red shade by Colourpop Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Frenchie, and I'm lining the top of my lips and the bottom all in the centre, and I'm going to colour in the entire lip surface with this. And this is going to give us a brighter appearance to the centre of our lips, which is going to make them look fuller. Next I'm going to take the lipstick that matches the lip pencil, and that's in the shade Frenchie, and I'm going over the lip pencil that we've applied to the centre of the lips. And this lipstick is a matte finish. Then I'm taking Bichette in the lipstick form, and I'm applying that over the area that we applied Bichette in the lip pencil. And this is going to create some dimension to the lips by having a darker colour around the circumference of them. And then I'm using the darker red pencil just to line around the cupid's bow and the bottom of the lip, and this is just going to make that centre area look plumper. Now moving on to hair, I've recently been using these NuMe White Truffle shampoo and conditioner, as well as the White Truffle hair mask and leave-in conditioner, and also their hair primer, which I apply before styling. And if you follow me on my other accounts, you know I get super excited about curling wands, and obviously I had to get this one, especially as I knew I could get you a discount code. So this is the NuMe Titan 3 curling wand. It comes with 3 titanium heat barrels, and it includes a 19mm, 25mm and 32mm, and I am using the 25mm here. The fact that it comes with 3 interchangeable barrel sizes means you don't have to buy another wand. So I washed my hair this morning using the shampoo and conditioner, and I also put in some of the hair primer. I dried it with a hairdryer and I've had it tied up all day, so it is a little bit flat, but the hair curling ones are going to add some bounce to it. And I'm going to add some back comb to it because I want the volume to last. The curls always last me 2 or 3 days, so I don't have to be concerned about those falling out. Now I have to tell you, the smell of this white truffle in the hair products is gorgeous. It smells a bit like a guy's aftershave in the pot. It smells so sexy, and that's bizarre, really nice. Okay, so a little reminder of the discount code. You can get 60% off the entire NuMe site excluding the holiday catalogue, and for this you need the code ApplePies, and to get 20% off of the holiday catalogue you just use the code SMILES. I will put the link and discount codes in the description bar. So now I've curled it, I'm going to give it a good old shake out, and then leaving my hair on the side parting, I'm going to plait my fringe all the way across the front. I'm going to be doing it in a Dutch braid so that the plait sits on top. And you can see another video that I've done of this. Again, I will try and link it in the description bar so you can see how I do my Dutch braid plait. With this particular plait that I always do with just my fringe, I only ever pick up from the front, I never pick up from the back. If you want to see a more in-depth tutorial about this, then just let me know in the comments. I just secure the end of the plait underneath my hair with a bobby pin. Then I like to flip my hair on the side, and using a comb I go through the entire root at the top and back comb it, and this is just going to make sure that throughout the night my hair doesn't fall flat on the top. If you've got particularly fine hair, then you can always add in some extensions. I don't need to, as I've got quite full hair. Then I just smooth over the top to make sure there's no hairs out of place. To just finish off the hair, I pick my curls up and I hold a couple of strands at the bottom and I pull the hair upwards throughout the curl, and this just adds a little bit more fullness to your hair, and it also makes it look a little bit more sexy and voluminous. And that is me complete, ready to hit the town with the girls. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to take advantage of the discount codes. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you missed my previous tutorial, you can click here and it will take you to that. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.